This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Wyoming Cowboys, taking on another team from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Cowboys will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Fresno State's offense will have the football first. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. Handoff to the single running back. On his feet at the 40. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
They'll ride the hot hand. Not much there on the line. He gets one to the 31.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Warner. Caught over the middle, it's Gilliam. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and his offense is threatening with a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Tight end now in motion. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. It's Merritt. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Wyoming's offense has the ball for the first time. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. It seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
Anderson will throw. Snagged out of the air. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, and then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. That's reeled in. It's Sargent. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
And the Cowboys in a good spot here with second and short. The play-action fake. Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Back open in the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
He'll keep it himself. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Anderson wants to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive line? When they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next level, but that was an unbelievably athletic play.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Finds his man. It's Anderson. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Bulldogs lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. He'll sneak it.
And another Fresno State.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gilliam.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Fresno State working from the red zone. They'll run play action. Gets it out quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Now they'll run the draw. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
At the 12-yard line. Brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Warner. He caught it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The offense knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fresno State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So they start in a great spot, move the ball 34 yards, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Anderson will throw. Looking for his man. Right on the money. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. This offense thought they had the defense reeling on its heels, but the D stands tall and comes up with a sack.
Yeah, but why not, right? If I make a big play, I got no problem going back to it. But the defense said, I got you. I understand what you're doing. I know you're going back to it. They were ready for it. They had the answer for it. And they got the QB and got his butt on the ground.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
I love that play call defensively because it's 3rd and long. You know that the offense is going to throw it. So why not dial up an exotic? Why not bring a blitz and help your pass rush get home to the QB?
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw, it's Warner. Finds his tight end. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Makes the grab. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And wings it incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his 1st incompletion of the game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Right on the money.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Fresno State will have to punt. He ought to be able to use his 1st punt to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
Fresno State lined up to kick off and start this 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. They'll open the second half with a run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
With the catch, it's Fitzgerald. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Cowboys are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Creates a little room, and he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Football is about adjustments. First half, line up, pound strong, pound strong. Second half, great job. You're going to move your defense and shift to try to account for that? Boom, we'll pull some guys and run a counter backside and have some success.
And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And some room to work. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Anderson wants to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Sargent. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
The Cowboys are marching down the field. The give on the option. Quick spin on the ride. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. So after the big run, they tried to hit him with a pass. Well, you've gone back to the run now.
I think now, yeah, of course. Now looking back, I'm going to go, yeah, I should have run after taking the sack. I like mixing it up, but if my offense is going to sit there and lean on people and we're good at running the football, then don't be afraid to do that more often.
And the Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Sargent. And he's knocked down. The Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll do it himself, fighting off the defender. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And it slips just inside that right upright. This is now a 7-point game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Fires to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So first down will open up the final period. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Warner. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
That ball hit him right in a bad spot, right in the hands. Really unfortunate he didn't come down with that one.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. With the catch, it's Anderson. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Gets it out fast. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Try to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. Getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Makes the catch. It's Durr. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Anderson will throw. Fires to the big fella. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Wants to throw again. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's a heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fires to the tight end. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. And the Cowboys now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Anderson wants to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory.